On this episode, the most vilely disgusting thing you've ever seen, besides when Joe puts his face here.
This real estate stuff is not easy, so send me your questions and I will answer them. This is the Ask Jason Show.
Hello everybody, my name is Jason Piercey and this is episode 95. How the hell did we get to 95? How have we still been making these? Like, at what point did, when we got to 94 and we were like, we should at least do one more. And we're 5 away from 100, that's true, yeah. Again, episode 95 of the Ask Jason and Joe Show. This episode is just pure on tactical, implementable advice about your house because the weather's been really nice and it's been kind of humid, which I hate, by the way. For me, good weather is max 20 degrees. Anything over that, and I'm just like, You agree, Joe? He's getting one of these, yeah, absolutely. And then he gave me one of these, except it was I can't even do it. It's not even possible unless you chop your finger off with something very delicate, like a lawnmower. That's what happened to Joe. Yeah, so I don't like it too hot, and I certainly don't like it super sticky. It's so uncomfortable, you can't sleep. So what do people do with their houses? Well, if you have a relatively newer house in the last, say, 10 to 15 years, then you have a heat recovery ventilator. So your house has a set of lungs. That's your Venmar, or your circulation system, or your HRV. And that is meant to bring fresh air in from outside and pump stale air out from inside. Did I say that right? Bring fresh air in from outside and push stale air from inside out. Correct. I did it right. And then it can do some temperature balancing so you don't lose a lot of heat costing, and that's not a thing. So you don't waste money on pushing cold air in. No. You know what the problem is? There's no coffee. That's the problem. That's the problem. There's no coffee. What are you doing? He gave me one of these and then you saw him. He ran past what are you doing? And I was rumbling through all of the chips in his cupboard. Very healthy man. What are you doing? Oh, this is funny, is it, Joe? Is this funny to you? You didn't even give me a straw. Give me that. There's a pen here. What do you got? I'm gonna do this. Oh, I made a mess. But anyway, I don't have any coffee, so I haven't had coffee yet today, so I'm having a hard time. What do you think this is gonna be like? Terrible? If I spit it out, I'm just spitting it all over your table. I can't believe I'm gonna do this. What do you think it's gonna be like? That face? It's gonna be like that face? I feel like I gotta work up a lot of saliva so that I can get it in my mouth. Not worth it. Give me a glass. This is so disgusting. That's so gross. Okay, well, sorry about that. Anyway, if you have a house that's 15, maybe even more, or maybe even longer, less years, so I was gonna say 15 or less, but maybe even 20 or less, as long as you got a ventilation system, when you open your windows all day because you want the breeze because it feels too sticky inside, you're making it worse. You're letting all of the moisture into your house, and then your unit needs to work overtime to pump it all out. So stop. Go to your HRV or your unit, your Venmar thing, whatever you want to call it, and it's got a little dial on it, tells you what. Oh my God, that was so gross. I'm sorry. I got stuck for a second here. I'm nice and alert now. So go to your dial, turn it. It'll have summer temperatures, percent humidity, whatever way it's measured or gradiated, and turn it to the appropriate setting. When you leave your windows open all of the time, you're just letting all the hot, humid air blow in, and then it's cooler inside than it is outside. And when that hot air comes in, it condenses and it gets more moist in your house. It's more damp. It's it makes it wetter. Anyway, so stop opening your windows if you have a circulation system in your house. If you want to open them later in the evening when it cools down outside and all the humidity comes out of the air, and you know what I mean? But don't do it all day when it's really sticky outside. You're gonna make it worse and you won't be able to sleep. So yeah, there you go. And if you got an old house where you can't do that, just call me or Greg and we'll build you one. And we'll put air conditioning in it. That's what we all need for those 2 days in the middle of August that it's real stacky. And that's it. So, sticky houses, close your windows, turn up your gear, and let the bad boy pump itself out. I'm gonna go get a coffee. But I'm really sorry about this episode.
The Ask Jason Show exists so that you can get good real estate related information from a resource that you can trust. Now, speaking of resources you can trust, here's a couple I would trust to work with my mom. Because good enough for mom, I mean, good enough for you.
Hello everybody, this is episode 95 of the Ask Jason Show.